What's good, YouTube? It's Justice I Used to Be Pay, and today I'm back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the new report that Kanye West is trying to buy Lil Durk out of his contract with Alamo Records. Now, to kind of set the stage, Kanye and Lil Durk have been working together in Saudi Arabia, in Abu Dhabi, and in Dubai. And recently, Durk appeared on the new Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign single, Vultures. But that also wasn't really a crystal clear situation because the song got leaked, I want to say maybe a week before it was released, and we all heard Durk on the song. But then the night of when it was released, Durk's verse was not on the song, and then a couple of days after, they put Durk back on the song. So a lot of people were saying, maybe Ye just took him off the album, maybe they had some creative differences. When it comes to Ye, he's never too shy about taking somebody off of his work or changing his creative differences. So we don't really know. We never really knew what was happening there. We don't know if him and Durk had a falling out. We don't know, right? But we kind of have gotten a semblance of what we think may have happened now with this new report. It may have been due to Durk's label not wanting him to work with Ye. Now, this is according to a TMZ report. All of this is according to TMZ, but they say that current Alamo CEO, Todd Moskowitz, refuses to clear Durk to work with Ye in the future. So if he doesn't want him to work with Ye in the future, he probably didn't want him to work with him at all. So they probably had a lot of trouble getting Durk's verse to be cleared on that song. So due to this fact, it's being currently reported that Ye is trying to buy Lil Durk out of his contract so they can continue to work together in the future and he can be on his album and maybe on future things down the line. Maybe he can produce for Durk in the future. I don't know. Whatever's going on, it's probably so that Durk and Ye can continue to work further. After reading this report, I have a couple of takeaways. The first one being Durk and Ye probably have a lot planned for the future, like a lot, maybe even a full collab album, because why else would Kanye really want to buy Durk out of his label deal? I mean, maybe you could say, oh, well, he wants to help Durk out. He wants to get him out of a tough situation before it becomes a tough situation. And Durk's on social media complaining about his label like a lot of artists do. Maybe he just wants to help Lil Durk out like, a good friend. But then again, when you look at the landscape of things, Lil Durk is one of the hottest commodities in rap. He's one of them. Like, just being real. His contract probably isn't cheap. And it probably is somewhere in the range of millions of dollars to maybe 8 figures. So I seriously doubt that Kanye would just buy him out of his deal out of the goodness of his heart. Now, maybe he does want to help Lil Durk out truly, but also probably because they really want to work together. Because again, Lil Durk is a very hot commodity, and I doubt that anyone would be willing to just sell Lil Durk's contract like it's nothing. It's not like, he's designer or somebody. They're going to want to keep Lil Durk. So I promise you, they're going to make whoever's buying out his contract pay a pretty penny. And I don't feel like Kanye would be willing to pay that much money unless he actually could work with Durk as well. Again, it'd be great if he did it just purely out of the goodness of his heart. That'd be an amazing thing. But I seriously doubt he would do that because I guarantee you this contract is not cheap. I also take away from this that the labels are completely out of the Kanye West business. They want nothing to do with him. They don't want their artists working with him or anything of the sort. Because we also had reports a couple weeks ago that basically Ye was trying to find a distributor for this album. He was trying to find a label for this album, and none of them wanted anything to do with him. Or at least they couldn't come to like an agreement of any sort, which tells you a lot because Kanye West, regardless of what he said last year and the stuff he said really throughout his entire career, has always been an extremely profitable artist. That's never changed. His music has sold well throughout his entire career. There's never been a point where it's like, man, is Kanye falling off? Like, his popularity, his numbers have always been great. And despite that, labels still want nothing to do with him, even to the point in which they will try to hold back an artist like Lil Durk from working with him. So this tells me that they want nothing to do with the guy, which I understand. What he said was horrible. I'm not mad at that whatsoever. I get it. But it's pretty interesting that when it comes to Kanye West, they're out. Everyone's out. No more. We're not doing that. But when it comes to Durk working with actual murderers, literal murderers, or people who have been accused of SA, they're perfectly fine with that. I just think it's really interesting to see the different type of dynamics when it comes to these record labels. Murderers, A-okay, you can work with them, have all the fun in the world. People have been accused of SA, people have been accused of all types of crazy stuff. That's 100%, that's good. But anti-Semitism is where we draw the line. Now, I'm not saying that anti-Semitism is good. I'm not trying to downplay the stuff that Kanye did or the stuff that he said because it's horrible. I 100% agree. And if you want to stop working with someone because of it, I am not mad at you. I get it. I'm not trying to defend Kanye. It's just interesting the different things that people get, away with. Let's just say that. It's just interesting what things are A-okay and what things aren't. Like when you murder someone or, people tie you to a lot of murders, whatever, water under the bridge. It happens. But when you're anti-Semitic, and I'm not trying to get up here and start a whole JQ thing. I'm not one of those conspiracy theory believers that Jewish people run the world. I don't believe that stuff, just being honest. But it's just weird that that's such a hardline stance that they're going to take when it comes to anti-Semitism. But somebody who's actually taking other people's lives, it's like, whatever. Again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist who thinks Jewish people run the world. Like, I genuinely don't believe that. I know it sounds like I'm trying to be funny, and I actually do, but no, I seriously don't believe in that theory. But I'm just saying it's very interesting that the things that Kanye said, which again were horrible, is being weighed a lot heavier than the things that people have worked with when it comes to Durk, have actually done. Like, it's very interesting that actions are not outweighing words, even though, again, his words have massive impact. He's one of the most impactful people on the planet. Just very interesting that his words are a lot more detrimental than some of these people's real actions. But also in the long run, what does this really mean for Lil Durk? Because let's say Kanye is able to buy out his contract. Is Lil Durk going to go the independent route? Is he going to try and find another label that's going to allow him to work with Kanye? Or is Kanye going to try and start another label? Who knows? I think it's very interesting. I don't know if Durk wants to be independent. He's never really been one of those artists that consistently complains about their record label or anything like that. At least not now. Maybe back in the day with Def Jam, but not now. That's never really been his thing. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens from here on out when it comes to Lil Durk and his career. Is he going to be independent? Is he going to resign? Is he just going to join Kanye's label? Or is he going to take OTF and combine it with Ye? I don't know what's going to happen. It'll just be very interesting to see how this plays out if he does actually end up getting bought out of his contract. And as weird as it sounds, it really is crazy that all of the record labels are out on the Kanye business, like all of them pretty much. Because we've seen people do horrible things and the record label stays by their side, mostly because people don't really point the finger at record labels when people do horrible things. But still, record labels could have left years ago for guys who have done horrible things, been accused of SA, people have been racist, or R. Kelly had record labels for years and people knew about the tape that he had with the little girl. Like we all knew about R. Kelly. I won't say we because I wasn't really around then. I was a little kid, but everyone knew about R. Kelly and he still had record label deals. So it's very interesting to see where the lines are being drawn and how much are they willing to take? Because if those people were still making money, they were still on the label. Now, if R. Kelly was a bum and he wasn't selling no records, the labels wouldn't have picked him up because not only is he a bum and he's not, creating any profit, but he also has all these cases like get him out of here, right? But when he's creating that profit, they're like, hey.
At what point does personal responsibility become a factor in this equation?
I don't think that's...
I see piss coming, I move. She saw piss coming, she stayed.
Yeah, she...
Hey, we can look the other way. So it's very interesting to see that profit in this case isn't number one. Profit isn't king because it always is when it comes to these record labels. When their artists are murderers, when they promote murder, when they promote gangs, when they promote gun violence, when they promote all these horrible things, profit is king. All right. It does not matter what they're talking about as long as they're bringing in money. But when Ye goes the anti-Semitic route, which again, horrible and not in any way defensible, now they're out of the business. It's just very interesting to see the difference in how these record labels are acting. Again, don't get in here talking about Jewish, I'm not on that wave. I'm not on the Jewish conspiracy theory wave, but it's just very interesting to see the differences in how Ye's being treated versus how someone like Morgan Wallen, who was on tape saying the N-word, is being treated. It's just very interesting to me. But that's going to be the end of my video. Do you think Lil Durk actually will get bought out? I don't know. I kind of doubt it, but I guess we'll see. I feel like Alamo wants to hold on to Lil Durk. He's very profitable. He's one of the hottest commodities in rap, so I doubt that he'll just be easily let go of. But I guess we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. Who knows? If you like this video, leave a like, leave a subscribe. Please do that. It helps me out a ton. But if you made it this far, have a great day. I greatly appreciate you. Have a good night. Be safe. Peace.